So a very good afternoon and very good morning to all the viewers who are watching my video at present. So I am from the team of Mission Iceland with Integrity. So in this video we'll be analyzing certain things which usually governs the manufacturing of network. So what actually manufacturing network usually means? So here network usually means communication between two different sources. One is source and there is destination. So these destination might be different, might be having numerous, right? So one particular source will have number of destinations, d1, d2, dt, like this. So what d3 means of, so d3 or d4 or dn, or you can say that d1 to dn usually signifies a certain number of destination which usually propagates hate speech. So with reference to the judiciary systems, with reference to the judiciary system, either it will be the justice or lawyers or any other government employees who usually work in a certain organization with which usually having a certain goals, or we can say that certain ambition. Okay, so these things must be noted down, these things must be make these things must be highlighted with the reference to the new modern India, with the vast growing social with the vast growing social impacts in the networking of social media, right? So those all things are prior important when we usually discuss about stamp out this hate speech manufacturing network. So we need to stamp out what we need to stamp out, that only will be the most crucial part in this scenario of how the online trolling of judiciary is a new law highlighting the sustainability and organized campaign of intimidation. So there are certain topics which I'm going to discuss about. One is pretend question. Okay, next one is growth political support. Next is the factor on an attack factor at work. Okay, and then after we'll be having these three, okay, these three topics for our discussion, and we'll be having a clear understanding regarding that too. So one is pretending question. What actually here the capability and the speech which usually signifies how actually the government is watching the scenario, with the effect, with the implementation, as well as with the ideology of how the social media is impacting and dramatically increasing the networking of different platforms in the propagation of hate speech. That becomes a question of remark, that becomes a pretended question in with before the government. Okay, so here also it has been written about a particular at the time when government interference with the judiciary is at its height, with transfer of supremacy of independent minded judges, and also equal importance of the event of the past few days, and it is also been controlled, or controlling of the judges raises very important question related to the very growing tendency by the government to intimidate the judiciary. The question, or you can say that the question that arises, who are these groups at or because the attack democratic minded individual who speaks out injustice? Does the government have an underground network which usually operates an arm of government? So here it usually signifies about the justice, judiciary, as well as propagation as the ideology and engagement with different with different handovers, with different views. Okay, so handovers, views, ideology, impacts, all things comes under only one question: who is doing and where it is usually comes from. Okay, so that becomes a preliminary question. Okay, so then after growth of political support, so definitely politics is just meant by something who usually uh, meant by trolling. We can say that politics is just of trolling each other's rules, each other's embodiments, each other's we can say culture and policies. Okay, so trolling each other's policies, but it should not be a trolling criteria when it comes for the government organization. Okay, government organization. So why it becomes a government organization being interference with the judiciary? Because there is a indirect impact with the political scenario with the government. Okay, political scenario with the government organization. That's the reason why the trolling becomes a very crucial view with reference to the unnecessary fight between two ruling and opposition party, just because of the highlightment of a particular news channel or particular journalism. So that's becomes a matter of discussion when we discuss about the growth political support. The last one is just of a attack factor at work. So attack factor is at work is just meant by whenever you are doing certain work, whenever you are having certain very crucial works, we can say that very crucial meetings, at the time when someone used to criticize you based upon the trolls which are been trending in the social medias, then it will definitely get an impact, that then definitely it going to attack the scenario of your work, and also usually impacts the networking of how you usually stimulates the work at a very specified period of time. So that usually makes a very crucial impact when we discuss about news, when we discuss about the incident which usually happen with Nupur Sarma, okay, based upon religion criteria. So those all things are very we can say the programmatic, because programmatic in the sense when it usually goes viral, then definitely it becomes a program, a complex program where lot of people starts to know about the things, whether it is negative, whether it is positive. So those all things are very crucial when we discuss about an attack factor at work. Okay, so let me end the video here itself for you, and thanks a lot.